The miracle of the 5 loaves and of bread and fish, or it is known as feeding of the 5,000. When Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. Hearing of this, the crowds followed him on foot from the towns. When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed many sick people and cured many blind and aged people. As evening approached, the disciples came to him and said, "This is a remote place and it is already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the villages and buy themselves some food." Jesus replied, "They do not need to go away. You give them something." "We are here having only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish," they answered. "Bring them here to me," he said. And as he directed the people to sit down on the grass, taking the 5 loaves and 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. And the disciples picked up 12 baskets full of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. This story is popular for children as it teaches the importance of sharing, making the most of what you have, and that Christians must place their trust in God. The bread and fish can be seen as symbols of the Word of God and the life giving message of salvation. Through this miracle, Jesus teaches us that He is the bread of life, satisfying the deepest hunger and nourishing our souls. Fish and loaves in our hands are just substances, but in God's hands they are multitudes for His glory. As Matthew tells us the importance of knowing the Lord intimately, the miracle of feeding the 5,000 symbolizes God's provision and the need for trust in Him. Loaves and fishes recognizes the dignity and spiritual destiny of each person, with the hope that through our attitude of radical love, we can nourish not just the physical needs of those who seek services, but also their human need for acceptance, respect, and friendship. Finally, to conclude, the miracle of the loaves and the fish teaches us that nothing is impossible for God if we have belief in Him, if we trust Him, everything is possible. Have faith and believe in God. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and share the video to your friends.